I finish the 4 seasons, the first 4 of our 4-season Syenann. I have a few ideas bouncing around, but I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I was like, maybe we paint a D&D model, maybe we paint more Infinity stuff, maybe we paint some Warhammer. I'm sure that'll get some people interested in the channel and coming to watch stuff. I might just do a palette cleanser. It's like a speed paint miniature where I am only going to paint in the stream. I'm going to start and finish a model in the stream. And then I've also thought about doing a like a larger model or a display model. In the last week, actually it's been in the last few days, so since like Monday, maybe Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I was watching a video on YouTube and I discovered that an album cover for a song that I used to love and still do love was in fact a real piece of artwork that was drawn by someone that heavily influenced the fantasy, like dark fantasy art. Right? He was one of the pioneers of it. And I'm like, wow, I didn't realize this was a real piece of art. I thought it was maybe just for the album cover. I love this, and now I want to recreate this as a miniature. Do like a display model. But nowhere does that miniature, does a miniature exist to represent this piece of art. So I have limited options. The first option is I make it. Right? I buy miniatures. Goodness. I buy the miniatures and then I you know, stuff that gets close to what I'm going after. And then I kit bash them together with green stuff and do the base and stuff like that. Or I do a little bit of looking, find somebody that 3D sculpts miniatures and pay them to recreate it. One version gets me exactly what I'm looking for, but costs probably a good chunk of change. The other version costs considerably less. I mean, it's still going to cost money to buy the miniatures. There's probably multiple different poses across multiple different brands. And then I gotta cut them up and put them together, and maybe that's why it's not coming out. You gotta cut them up, put them together, and then make it seamless. Like it's not a bunch of different models that you smush together. And then you have to paint. Now, is that a great crafting project that you can take pictures of your whole process and then take it to a competition and probably do very well? Yes. Do I have the time for that right now? No. So, we'll see. I'm exploring options. Right now I'm just kind of looking to see if I can find models that can get me close to where I only have to like change out an arm or just do green stuff for the robes. But it's bouncing around in the back of my head of like how to do this, and if it's possible. It's possible. The question is how much work is it? That's the real question, right? Uh-oh. Pros and camera. Turn the autofocus off. See if that helps. Yes, much better. So that's been my week so far. That, and I got a surprise for a friend. And that surprise is also going to require some additional work. So I'm probably going to try and work on those off camera. Okay, so where were we? What were we doing? I think we were highlighting the blue armor, and we were doing the skin. Yeah, we were highlighting the blue armor still. But also, potentially, I need to figure out the skin, and I need to figure out pants. We're gonna have to work on that tree some more. But let's finish highlighting the armor. Or not highlighting, but creating some color interest, I guess. Move some cameras, move some paints. Make sure that we're in focus here for you guys. Properties. That's good. Yeah, that should be good. Okay. probably also mix up the darker blue color. Also excited that, or I am excited to announce that the YouTube channel is now, as of tomorrow, will be caught up to Twitch. So from this point forward, the week after we stream, that VOD will go up onto Twitch. So last week's stream will go up onto Twitch tomorrow. This stream will go up. It'll go onto YouTube. This stream will go up onto YouTube next Friday. So that is exciting because now I can focus on doing other things than just uploading. So I can do more shorts. I can try to actually make some like real YouTube videos. I don't know. The sky's the limit at this point, I feel like. That is much brighter than I remember. But also I feel like it dries darker. I don't know. I'm playing with stuff. This is what happens when you don't keep your palette dry or your palette wet in between painting sessions. There's no real preciseness to the mixes either. so much. That was way too much. Maybe, maybe not. Dry is such an interesting color. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning into the stream, everybody. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed a whole lot because I had some technical difficulties when we started the stream. We're just now really getting into the painting. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Friday Eve? I don't know if I like this color I mixed here to be his pant leg and shoe. Thinking maybe instead of doing that like brown and green mix, maybe we do a gray. Like we've already got quite a bit of color on the model, more than I was probably honestly expecting to get. By making everything this nice, bright electric blue. but I definitely feel like it sells and screams winter. So I'm happy with the blue. The question becomes, what do we do about the rest? I mean, obviously we're gonna do his skin, which will probably help inform other color decisions. So maybe I should do that next. Work out what we're gonna do for the skin. Ooh, I do think I like that gray. We're gonna go with gray. Alright. Skin. Let's see here. My brush is super dirty. Brush cleaner, then skin. It's also a great excuse for me to go change my paint water after I clean this brush. Okay. So I'm gonna be right back while I change out my paint water. Okay. Now then, skin tone. How do I want to mix this skin tone? For a winter elf, probably pale. Maybe we just use like the purple as a base. Look at that. See what that does. Oh, what a pretty color. I'm curious about something. Is that too dark? That contrast too hard. No, but I'm gonna find a use for that. Maybe in the quiver? Just a really muddy gray. Quiver that. I like that. Keep it in frame. Keep it in frame. You know what, I might use this as an undertone for the skin now. all his belts and his gobbledygooks and crap on his waist. Do the knife scabbard too, just so that it's painted. Don't know why my paint is drying out so fast. position up here. Here I said I was going to do the skin, and I'm doing everything but. Okay. Do we just do straight dark ivory? Tiniest hint of brown. I think that might be the ticket. I think I was on the right track with this color as an undercoat for the skin. Because this covered great. And then once I go over here, I can see all the black. So how did I achieve this? So is it purple? A little bit of brown. Touch of black. Touch. Mosat. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it to the stream, buddy. We are continuing to work on our winter-themed Syenann miniature. After some technical difficulties getting everything set up this evening. And right now, I'm trying to figure out how I made a mixture for the skin and am failing. More black. Bring it closer toward gray. Ooh, I think I got there. Nice. Okay. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. How are you, Mosat? Happy Friday Eve. Hopefully your week has been going good. Are you hobbying this evening, Mosat? Painting along as well tonight? If so, what are you working on? what we can do for the skin tone. I'm gonna be really careful here not to hit the recesses and just like the tops of the muscles. I want to use that nice dark color we put down as a shadow for all of this. Mix more of my skin tone. This is always the fun part, trying to match colors. we did mostly this, with like a small bit of the brown, and then mix. Yep, that's the same. Nice. Okay, smaller brush. I really need to clean all my brushes. They are getting a little difficult to work with. sorry. Dart Minis, hello. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. We're working on a Syenann miniature for the game of Warcrow. So right now we're doing a little bit of a theme challenge where I'm painting 4 different Syenann miniatures in the 4 different seasons. If it wasn't obvious, this is our winter miniature. Let me see, do I have easy access to our other ones? So this is the third of 4 that we're painting. The first one that we painted was fall, and the second one that we painted was spring. So this was our fall miniature. The cape came out really nice. All the scratchy line highlights, blending everything together. And then this, hello, dog hair. This was our spring miniature. So also part of this challenge is that we are doing a limited paint palette. Hold on a second, because there we go. Now the chat should be on top of everything the way it's supposed to, and oh, okay, our camera didn't freeze. So we're doing, not only are we doing one of each miniature in each of the 4 seasons, but we are doing a limited paint palette challenge. So the paint scheme for the first 2 that I showed you, and now the third one here, are all only 5 paint colors, plus a white and a black. And the VODs for the stream of all the previous miniatures that we worked on are up on YouTube. Am I frozen again? It looks like I'm frozen again. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. The stream is just really far behind. That's weird. And the paint recipes for those, for each one of the miniatures for the 4 seasons, is in the YouTube description. Are you a mini painter, Dart miniatures? I'm gonna guess you are. If so, what do you paint? Paint Warhammer? You paint Infinity, Warcrow? Are you a Warcrow player? Mostly Warhammer. Yeah, that's where I started. I started in Warhammer. But I quickly realized that, like, I don't paint enough or fast enough to play the game, and it's always bugged me that I don't have fully painted models when I play. So I moved away from Warhammer. Also, the rules change so often, and I just got tired of buying codexes. Like 2 years just learning how to play. Yeah, I played a lot in 10th edition. We're in 11th right now, right? I played a lot during 10th edition. And then they removed an entire phase from the game that was like the whole reason I played my army. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done. And then I moved to Infinity. Which I think is a way better game. Mostly because all the rules are free. And as the saying goes, if it's free, if it's for me. But no, genuinely, I also think it's just like a better game. It's not better. It's different, right? It's very crunchy. If you're a D&D player, I would equate Warhammer to 5th edition and Infinity to Pathfinder. Pathfinder is notoriously a very rules-heavy, like crunchy game with lots of different interactions that can happen. 5th edition is more like story, you're an adventurer, you did a cool thing, level up. Like, but to each their own. Like, Warhammer is a great game, and I like the fact that Warhammer brings so many people into this hobby. And my hope is that eventually people realize there's more than just Warhammer out there. Hello, Katrina. Welcome, welcome. How is your move going? Have you fallen underneath boxes yet? Do we need to come unbury you? Okay, boxes are somewhat manageable. Yeah, I mean, boxes being, like, I don't know, I've always found the number of models that you need to play Warhammer to be a little overwhelming. Especially if you're one of those people that's like, I want to play in tournaments. And they're just like, cool, 3 colors minimum. They're like, everything's gray. Don't lift them over my head yet. Oh, see, that's what's confusing me. Dart and Katrina, your names are popping up in the same color, so I thought you were the same person. But on OBS, they are a different color. So now I'm just gonna read them there. That's good. I'm glad you have not been consumed by boxes yet. Hello, hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning into the stream. We are working on our winter-themed Syenann for our 4 seasons Syenann project. I am slowly but surely figuring out the skin. I think it's going to be a little bit of the same situation as our Yu Qing armor, where all the work that I'm doing right now is just an undercoat. And then I'm gonna glaze over the top of it with something and hope and pray that it turns out nice. As I remember to try to keep the miniature in frame. 904. You know what I forgot to do at the beginning of the stream? Get myself water. Now, I could drink my paint water. People say that that makes you a better miniature painter. But I haven't done it yet, and I don't think I ever will. I've come extremely close to rinsing my brush in my drink, but have also managed to avoid that one as well. They say don't put lead in the paint as much anymore. No, acrylic doesn't have any lead in it. What do you mean it could? Well, then I'm fucked. Don't notice how old. Well, that's fair. All of my miniature paints are pretty new, so I don't think I'm gonna run into that problem. But as was just pointed out by my fiance, that they could have lead in them because people put lead in things that they're not supposed to all the time. Okay. So now I need to figure out whether or not I'm going to keep this skin tone this color, or if I'm going to try and glaze over it. If I glaze over it, I don't know what color to glaze over it with. I don't know if we should just do the straight dark golden brown, or if I should try something different. Also, how did I get purple paint all over that? I think maybe I'm just gonna try something and see what happens. The problem is I don't want it to end up like our skirt color. So let's pull our golden brown out into a nice thin glaze consistency. And then we'll test a portion on his back and see. Nope. That's really dark. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. That's too light. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. This is why we're experimenting. I feel like that's just going to turn the same color as the fabric. What if we just go like a shade darker here and then pull into a glaze? I'm not in frame. Of course I'm not. Thank you. I don't know. I think we might finish the skin up and then call it a night. My eyes are surprisingly tired. And I don't fully know why. skin turned very like olive brown color. It's a weird interaction. Not quite what I had in mind. But I think maybe after we go back and do some highlights, it will look better. Yeah, it just kind of turned the same color as the fabric, which is not what I wanted. Okay, maybe we pivot a little bit here. What if I think we're gonna have to change what I'm gonna mix. It's just a grayish brown. So, similar to the spring theme model, I'm fighting the colors a little bit here. Or my colors aren't mixing in a way that's conducive to like what I'm looking for. sometimes you just have to work through the suck. And then you end up with a result that looks really nice. So let's attempt to work through the suck. Try something here. Just reads as blue. Maybe not. Keep it on screen. Sorry. I am. It's on the left.
No, I saw.
I end up pulling it in closer to me because I'm trying to control the brush. 30. Okay, I think this is starting to look a little bit better. Just lots of layers. Got us where we wanted to go. Definitely different than the other skin tones we've done for these guys. I'd say that's not half bad. So I'm still torn on what I want to do for the pants. I think I'm just going to paint them gray, like I did on the foot over here. I don't want to pull away from any more of, like, I don't want to pull any more away from what we've already painted. I feel like just a neutral gray with a really fine scratchy highlight and a little bit lighter of a gray will be enough to be like, you painted it, there's visual interest, but not enough to like take away from the blue armor. Would see what adding a red to skin tone would do. Well, that would be great under normal circumstances, Katrina, but we are doing our limited palette challenge and I don't have a red. The only thing I have is a purple, and that was what was the shadow underneath everything before we started adding the color to the skin tone and glazing and stuff like that. So the purple is the only thing I got for a red, and it doesn't mix great with our browns that we picked. Man, I don't know if I like that. So I just did our little ropes that connect the segments of armor together in white. But on this side, I took a really light green here, and then I painted over the white with that. And I don't know whether or not I like the green or just the pure white. I think once I put like snow and stuff down and there's more white on the miniature, the green will look better. But right now, the white looks better. It's an interesting interesting conundrum. But my eyes are arguing with me and yelling at me, so I think I've got the skin at a point that I'm happy with, and I've got a plan for the pants. Then we can tackle the tree and the bow and the quiver, and then we're done. Oh, his hair. But yeah, and then doing the basing with the snow and stuff like that. But that will have to wait until next week. I hope that you all have a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend, and have fun, stay safe, play games, paint minis. Until then, don't forget to keep it weird. Good night, everybody.